What's up, everybody? This is Sports Code aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be why WWE are still wrestling in Saudi Arabia despite the political issues. I said in my previous WWE video that this video would probably come, and here it is. Before we get started, if you enjoyed this video or you like any of my other videos, please like and subscribe. It only takes a couple seconds out of your day. You're joining a community that can hopefully thrive in the near future or even far future. I'm going to keep posting until I get where I need to go. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's start this video. So this is why WWE still wrestle with Saudi Arabia. Now, for people who are unaware, there's a major political issues going on with Saudi Arabia. It's been going on for years. The leaders of Saudi Arabia, potential murderers and all of that, and it's not a nice thing to say, but I don't think it's been denied, and I don't think, according to my knowledge, that they basically admitted it. So it was a journalist, I believe, as well. So there was major conflict about, especially during last year, but it's still arising this year as well, whether WWE should go back to a toxic environment like that and wrestle for the Saudi Arabian fans. And Saudi Arabia WWE is representing Saudi Arabia basically, and a lot of people have different opinions on this. And I'm never ever gonna say that if someone's opinion is wrong. If you have a different opinion to me, that's fine. Each to their own. I hope that you can live with your opinion, and I hope you can live with my opinion. It might be different. I don't know all the information. I don't know everything that goes on in WWE, what they think, why they're doing things, why they're not doing things, all of that. I will never say that someone's opinion's wrong. I don't know everything. There's always something that people don't know, even to Vince McMahon himself. He doesn't know everything. So I think we just got to respect each other's opinions here. And to give my opinion, I think there is a lot of reasons why WWE still go to Saudi Arabia to perform. Now, obviously, number one is money. Now, I think WWE are very cash orientated. They will go where the money is, and I think Saudi Arabia is no different. But this is not just WWE that does this. The boxing, UFC, I think this is the way. This is the future for Saudi Arabia is going to host these incredible events, despite their I guess you could say, lack of political correctness, I guess you could say, compared to other countries. But they're going to host great events, and a lot of talent are going to enjoy going to Saudi Arabia. They're going to enjoy the money, the weather. They're going to enjoy the luxury the luxury life that they're going to live while they're over there, whether it be for a couple of days or for 2 weeks or whatever it is. A lot of WWE performers would like to go to Saudi Arabia for the money and for the, like, you got to think about it like this. WWE, obviously, as a company, they're looking to make revenue streams. They're looking to make profits, and Saudi Arabia basically does that on their own. Besides any other event, Saudi Arabia really brings the cash to WWE. But those wrestlers, man, majority of them have got a family. They're going to think of their future. They're going to think of their lives. They're going to think of what's better for them. And a lot of them going to Saudi Arabia is their future. It will help protect their future, help increase the likelihood of their future for their children as well. So you got to take that into consideration. So I think money is a very big factor on why WWE still go to Saudi Arabia. That's number one. Number two, obviously, because it is a developing country, it's not fully developed. There's still circumstances where gender equality isn't a thing. I believe girls are not allowed to vote in that country. They can't drive. They can't do a lot of things in Saudi Arabia. And it's not, obviously, thinking about it like this, it's not the most ideal situation to be in. It's clearly not right. Of course, everybody should have the right to pick their own lives and not be limited in any way. So limitations for gender equality, political rightness, corruption in the government, there's a lot of things that's going on with Saudi Arabia. but it's still developing, and that's why WWE tried to take on this mission in the first place. They signed a 9-year contract to help change the Saudi Arabia for the better, and I still think that's their goal till this day. That they're wrestling, they're hoping that their wrestling will make an impact on their lives, and this has already come true in many ways. And I think this is the biggest example I could give. Not Charlotte Flair, sorry. Natalia versus Lacey Evans in the very first female Saudi Arabian match on TV, on the WWE network that was recorded. I believe could have been it might have been a different country, but there was also Sasha Banks versus, I believe, Natalia again. And that was fine. And it was very emotional, and that's a big step for gender equality across the world and across different countries that might not have it. And this was also a gigantic step, and this was great promotion from the WWE. This promoted a message that was so impactful, to little children, so impactful to independent individuals. It's not just women; it's everybody. That you can, no matter what the situation is, there is always a possibility for change to happen. So that's a strong message to give out there, and Saudi Arabia was responsible for that. So you can't say that there's no difference being made, because there clearly is a difference, and that and whether that difference is enough to sway you to, okay, maybe Saudi Arabia isn't that bad of a place to go. They are doing good things. That's up to you. But they've made an impact, and I think the future's only going to be brighter for those women that will probably might be able to wrestle in the next pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia, or the one after that, and we can have all of these things that hopefully will change in that country. And I think that was the goal. And thirdly, I think the most importantly is the message that WWE are trying to say. I know this is kind of links to the other message as well, that it makes an impact. I think this is important as well, that they give people an option to wrestle there. So many people will feel uncomfortable wrestling in Saudi Arabia. So many people will believe that because of the government corruption and the potential murder that hasn't been denied, that you're impacting, like it's going to impact the government, like it's going to make them look bad. But you have to realize, this is just my opinion, by the way. You have to realize it's not just the government. It's not the government that I'm concerned about. I know that they did horrific things. If true, it's horrific, and it should never be forgiven. It should never be condoned, and that serious action should probably happen. But you're looking at many people in that crowd that watch this and believe that changes are happening in their country, but positivity is flowing in their country. And it's not even just WWE anymore. This kind of all correlates to one message, really. It's to make an impact and change the world. That's what WWE is trying to do. Now, they, of course, get benefits from it as well, and the benefits seem greedy, and it seems like it's just a cash grab. And for many people that post on YouTube, and they truly believe that, I would never say you're wrong. Maybe it is just a cash grab for them. But in doing so, they're promoting so many positive things for people who don't have a lot of hope, who don't have a lot of will to fight for change. So WWE are fighting for change for them, and it's working. People are starting to believe. Those comments after the Lacey Evans and Natalia match of those women, WWE did a good job promoting that and promoting it proudly. And that's probably the first time they mentioned Saudi Arabia since the incidents of last year. They didn't dare mention Saudi Arabia. They'll just get booed. But when you put inspirational matches like that, and the match was solid as well, by the way, it was a good match. And it's great to see. And I think this is why WWE still fight in Saudi Arabia. Now, to play devil's advocate, maybe the government, maybe whoever it was, the Saudis, maybe they deserve to be punished for their actions, but you're impacting so many more people. Anyway, this is the Sports Code. Take care and peace.